Now, the thing to remember about IQ tests is that the intelligence quotient of a person is only one type of intelligence. There are a shit ton of different types of intelligence, so you can be like fucking fail at an IQ test and be amazing at another type of intelligence, and vice versa. You could be an absolute Mensa genius, but, you know, be like borderline idiot when it comes to stuff like, what's a good example? When it comes to stuff like musical intelligence, or, social intelligence. There you go, stuff like that. The ability to speak in front of crowds and so forth. And so there's a bunch of different types of intelligence. So if you ever take an IQ test and you get like a really shitty score, don't be discouraged and think you're like, you know, useless or stupid or something like that, because it's like there's a bunch of different ways that a person can use their intelligence, and it doesn't have to be just what an IQ test says, you know? It's like the spatial intelligence thing, you know? It's like I got really high on that, but I'm really low on mathematics. And a lot of people always kind of cite sports players as being like idiots. Like, you know, there's like that stereotype that, you know, like the stupid jock. It's like, oh man, I hit things. And, you know, to a certain extent, there is a reason for that stereotype, because there are statistically a lot of people in sports that are, you know, pro sports stars that don't have super high, you know, intelligence test scores. Now, this is, I think, in my opinion, due to two factors. One being that if you really got into sports and you became fucking pro at sports, you're going to be spending most of your time on sports, which means you're not going to have much time to actually go to, you know, say college or go and study a bunch of different things. And that's, again, perfectly fine, because it means you're putting your all into what you're doing, and that's a special kind of intelligence, which is sports intelligence, which also has to do with spatial intelligence, which isn't really something you can learn in school. It's something you're basically born with for some extent, and then you can train up to higher levels. It doesn't mean that if you're like not born with spatial intelligence, you can't have it or whatever else. I'm just saying it's like, you know, there's certain types of intelligences that are either genetically or, what's the word for it? The way you've grown up predisposed, you know, like what you did as a kid and stuff like that, what stuff you were into, what you spent most of your time on, you know, the way your brain grew and so forth. And so that's the thing with sports, is that just because you're not acing like, you know, the SATs or whatever, doesn't mean you're not a genius in your own right when it comes to actual athletics in a field sense, is what they call it. You know, it's like it takes a special type of intelligence to be able to actually know on a field where like 20 people are at, and where they're going to be moving, and who you can pass to, and where you need to run. And a lot of people put down stuff like sports and soccer and, you know, so forth, basketball, as being like, you know, idiot games that are easy to play and all that stuff. But you got to have some actual real intelligence at high levels to be able to play that shit and to be able to be good at it. It's not intelligence quotient, you know, fucking IQ test intelligence. It's a different kind of intelligence. And so I just went off on that little rant there, because like I always found that kind of stupid, how like, you know, the way society is, the only intelligence that matters is like what you get on like your SATs and your fucking IQ tests, and that's just wrong. That's stupid. But all the same, it is interesting to take an IQ test and then just see where you stand on that. And if you do great, that's great. If you don't do great, that's fine too. You probably got other skills and other stuff, so no fucking big deal. But I just like taking it because I like challenging myself. I just like challenges. I like challenges, I like puzzles, I like testing my brain. That is something I love. Relate to House a lot in that way. I love puzzles. I love just testing myself. It's like just... But, you know, I also love testing myself physically, too. I also love testing myself physically a lot, too. Like, one of the funnest things for me was playing DDR and being just out of my fucking mind, exhausted to the point where I couldn't even, like, walk. And I was, like, so happy when that happened. Like, I couldn't even get up off the ground, and it was just a hell of a feeling when that happens. So sorry for that long rant there. I'm just gonna actually, like, play now. If Mumu, so that's 0, 1. Wasn't there only one answer? Yeah, it's 0. That's the only one there with a 0. What number is missing in this series? I do have a feeling I just did that question wrong, but it's alright. I may have misread it. You know what? I'm just going to go on instincts. I'm going to just go as fast as I can, just not even like fucking try and solve the question. I'm going to see what that gets me. I thought that was rhubarb, by the way. No. Fuck, so I'm going instinct. Fuck it. Okay, so no real surprise I sucked a dick in mathematics. But that's what you get without even trying to study any of it. So notice though, spatial reasoning is god damn it. Spatial reasoning is still the highest for me. So that's again, that's where it lies. But yeah, so I would encourage you all to try this game yourself, but yeah, it's kind of impossible to get now. But when he puts it on the 360, I would definitely say check it out because it is pretty cool. So yeah.